So it's been 6 months, a year, 2 years, and you haven't seen muscle growing. I think it's time for you to take some trend or some gear, to be honest with you guys. Not playing. Okay, this serious. Why haven't you seen results? What is the reality of growing muscle? And what is the expectations that you had? Okay, let's say you started 3 months ago. Hey, yo, I don't see the progress. My friends are getting progress and they got in the gym the same time as me. And I'm not that big. I'm not bigger than them. I'm not stronger than them. Why is that? Why is my muscle growing slower than them? Well, you don't know what they taking. They could be taking creatine. They could be eating more protein. If you're a skinny boy, they might be eating more calories than you. Okay, and then again, how hard are you going? A lot of people, I see a lot of people, a lot of my friends, they say, "Well, I'm training hard." They're not training hard. Okay, they're not training heavy. You're supposed to be training heavy. I don't care. You shouldn't be going over 15 reps. If you're going over 15 reps, that's some straight bitch shit. I only see bitches go for more than 15 reps. Okay, you got to be training heavy. Another thing, another expectation that you guys have. You know what? My genetics are pretty good. I think my genetics are pretty good. It's gonna take me 6 months to grow muscle. I don't give a fuck if you have David Lady, Jeff C genetics. It doesn't take 6 months to have this or this triceps. It doesn't take 6 months. Okay, I don't know what you're taking if it did take you 6 months. That's not reality. The reality is that in 6 months, you're barely getting used to the gym. You're barely getting used to the weights. You're barely getting used to getting your form correct. You're not going to see a lot of results in 6 months. Now, let's go a year from now. What's the reality? Okay, you got the newbie gains. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of progress. You might see a vein here and there, but you're still not gonna be big. You're still not gonna see a lot of progress. Why is it that my expectations were so high, and why haven't I achieved it? It's because for a lot of reasons: lack of sleep, a lot of stress. You're not taking enough protein in. You might not be eating a lot of supplements that you're supposed to be taking, like creatine. That's a life hack that I should have been taking a long time ago. Your expectations are way too high. You can't grow a lot of muscle in a year. Maybe newbie gains, but guys, there's a lot of things that come into play. It's not just saying, "Well, yeah, I'm gonna hit the gym for a year or two and watch, I'm gonna be different." I used to say that all the time. It's not like that, especially if you have bad genetics. If you're a scrawny boy, if you're a fat boy, okay, maybe you'll see a lot of gains because you're already fat. But if you're a scrawny boy and you're not eating enough calories that you're supposed to because you're underweight, you have to start eating more protein, creatine. I'm not saying hop on steroids. Don't hop on steroids until you're like 40, 50, but your expectations are way too high. You need to drop them down. It doesn't take a year or two to see results. It might even take you 3 years, 4 years if you have bad genetics. Okay, so that's the reality of growing muscle in the first year or two.
Another sad expectation that most people don't expect, and that's the example of going on a cut. Most people want to get on a cut, and when they go on a cut, they get disappointed. At least a bunch of disappointment and maybe even depression. Because when they get on a cut and they start eating and they start training, obviously they don't feel good, and they're gonna realize that they're not getting bigger. They're gonna start questioning themselves, why am I not getting bigger? And it's mostly because if you're going on a cut, that means you're eating less, right? So that also means you're getting less protein in. So you can't expect to get bigger if you're going on a cut. That's why going on a cut and bulking isn't forever. Another example, bulking. Bulking is another expectation. Most people think I'm gonna go on the bulk, I'm gonna gain 20 pounds of muscle. That is not true. When you bulked, you thought you gained the muscle. You thought you gained the muscle. You were wrong. You didn't gain no muscle. It was mostly water weight and it was mostly fat. It was mostly fat from all the extra calories that you ate. Most people think that calories equals muscle. Not all the times. It's mostly about how much protein you could get in the calories, not just eating a bunch of calories and stacking a bunch of calories up. That would just lead to you being fat. You also need to make sure that you have enough protein in those calories if you want to gain muscle. This is why I see a lot of people disappointed on the cut, bulking, and they say, "Oh, I hate cutting and I hate bulking." Not only because of the process is hard to cut and bulk, depending on where you're at, but also because they get disappointed and they're tired of not seeing results. They're tired of bulking for months and then going on the cut and they don't see progress. They're tired of cutting. They're tired of going on a cut and then they have to bulk again and still see no progress. It all depends on the time that you've been working out for. I don't care how many calories you eat. I don't care how many calories you're taking out. If you're not getting the right amount of protein and the right amount of calories that you should be eating at a good level, not at a obese level and then also not at a skinny level, at a good level, then you're not going to gain muscle. You need to be eating the right amount of calories and the right amount of protein at a good level in order to gain muscle.